Hello, listeners. Because of the lack of videos today, and because it's a holiday, I will be doing 3 creepypastas today, and hopefully we'll be able to get some background music. So let's start with the first one. First one is called I Am Not a Clone. I am the original. I am the best. I care not what those journals say. They are wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. I am the original, aren't I? I fingered the Pokeball attached around my waist. My Pokemon, my partners, my faithful companions, my best friends. Though thick and thin, we'd gone through the peril of Johto and into Kanto, and now here I was, standing at the entrance of the old mansion. I had been memorized by the beauty of a Ninetales I had battled against on my way here. I wanted one. I had to have one. The kind trainer told me that the Vulpix could be found in the old Cinnabar mansion, which was just about destroyed. Dangerous, but I was getting the Vulpix whether this stupid mansion wanted me to or not. I double-checked my party, making sure everyone was set and ready to go. My Fertiligar, Beedrill, Nocturnal, Umbreon, and Rapidash all seemed ready, but there was the question of whether or not he was ready or not. I bit my lip, having told my friends of the journal that were scattered around the mansion. He had pointed out the connections to my dearest boy, and I, of course, denied every single thing he pointed out. I had to. My Pokemon were practically my children, and what parent would not try to protect their child? But even I couldn't ignore everything. I decided to keep him in his Pokeball for this trip, even if his psychic powers were good against poison Pokemon that practically ruled this place. I took the ball and shoved it down deep into my backpack. I made sure I had plenty of potions, antidotes, and burn healers. After finding satisfaction in my stores, I slung the bag across my back and called out my Rapidash. I kindly asked her if she would light up the dark mansion for me, and the Pokemon whined and flared brighter. I smiled and thanked her. Guess that this was a yes. I'm so tired. Where are we? I can't tell. It's dark and stuffy. It's hot too. Too hot. I don't like it. Why can't I see? This feeling. Why do I have it? Why do I suddenly feel so ice cold? Where are we? I felt the Pokeball rattle in my backpack. Considering my bag was so loaded with stuff, I was surprised I could feel it. My boy must be distressed. I frowned. I knew that he didn't like being in dark spaces, yet I still did this to him. He'll be upset, but not as much as he would if he was out. Lesser of the two evils, I suppose, and I simply couldn't leave him in the storage system. He lived. I slid my Pokédex out of my pocket, looking at the picture of the Vulpix on the screen. Studying it, I scanned over its info. I'd be ready to face this thing once I found it. I even had the brand new Ultra Balls in my pocket, ready to toss at the fox. Boo! My gaze snapped. up from the screen, my eyes wide. My prize had come to me, it seems. Who was I to complain about that? Vulpix spotted me. With pinprick eyes, it took down the deceit hallway, grinning, ready, Freddy Gar's Pokeball, and took off after it. My feet pounded on the moldy carpet. Ugh! I feel sick. I have a headache. Is there anything for that? Maybe something for humans? Maybe it would work for me too. I'm not too different from them. After all, no matter how much it pains me to say. So, with some of them in the world. Huh? We're moving? Ugh. That sick feeling's got stronger. The air smells familiar. Are we in a cave? No. It's not a cave. Feels too strange to be a cave. Let's see. There's moldy air in the air. The air smells stale. We enclosed somewhere. It's too dry to be a cave. The air isn't dusty. There's ash, something burning or had recently burned. That explains the heat, I guess. But there's something behind all of that. It's so familiar. It practically drills itself into my mind, and its fear into my fear. It seems. Where are we? Am I in the bag? Is there something I shouldn't see? Why not? I'm strong enough to handle it. I'm strong enough to handle anything. I chased the Vulpix through the dark. All of a sudden, I took a sharp turn right into a room. Rapidash and I rushed into the room. My partner's bright flames penetrated the shadows that lurked the corner. It was almost eerie. Now that I think about it, I turned to the far side of the room and Vulpix was trapped against the wall. Hissing, spitting, I frowned. Water would just scare it more, I knew. So quickly, with a quick ember from my powerful Rapidash and a flick of the wrist, Vulpix was safely inside a Ultra Ball. I walked over and lifted the Pokeball, tucking it in my pocket bag. I'd stick it in my PC once I got back outside. I slung my backpack, reaching down one side of the pockets to grab my escape rope. That's when I saw it. The journal my friend had told me about. Why it was laying on the ground as though someone had pitched the old book against the wall. Though I'd never know what was in that book, though I had to know. My curiosity suddenly lurked in the front of my mind. Think like my shadow on a sunny day. It was there. There was no getting rid of it, even though I practically promised myself and my boy I wouldn't. I reached forward. I pulled the book towards me. Being extremely careful with the yellow pages, I bit my lip, gently turning the front page and reading aloud. July 5th. Guinea, South America. We have discovered a new species of Pokemon. It seems that all members of this species are now gone, sadly. This makes studying the new Pokemon very hard. Luckily, we have recovered some samples of the Pokemon DNA. They appear to be very recent. Have these Pokemon only very recently gone extinct, or are they actually still alive? Why does this sound familiar? It's painfully familiar. I could feel it in the back of my mind. Why can't I remember? I turned the page, surprised to find a new page torn out. I turned to where the book was laying, finding scattered piles of bits of torn paper. I frowned. There was no salvaging that. I sighed and continued to read. July 10th. Guinea, South America. Due to its support kitten-like appearance, we have decided to christen the new Pokemon Mew. I smiled. Mew was a very cute name. Mew, 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 Mew. The name is easy to say. It rolls off my tongue as if my own name. I can feel it burning in my mind. I know that name. Why do I know that name? I turned the next few pages, finding them torn out or simply destroyed at the point that only a few lines of the text were readable. Finally, I came to something useful. February 6th. Cinnabar Kanto. The tests on the Mew proved successful. We have cloned a brand new specimen. However, the limited DNA we have will not work. Professor Blaine offered some of his own blood for the research. While the clone is not what we had hoped for, being very little like the original Mew, it will suffice. We have decided to call this creature Mewtwo. Mewtwo appears to be rather powerful. We don't, however, yet know its extent of this power. I frowned and bit my lip. My friend had lied to me. He hadn't wanted me to read these pages. He had pointed out small similarities that were painfully real. My Mewtwo was really a science experiment? No! 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 I remember now. I remember it all now. I don't remember this. I refuse to believe I'm just a science experiment. I had emotions. I had thought. I had suffice. I believed them. I believed those stupid humans. I believed they cared. I'm as stupid as them for believing their charades. They cared nothing about my life. I just wanted to suffice, though. I was almost shaking. My poor Mewtwo. This was really what he was intended for. My bottom lip quivered. I choked back the tears. My Mewtwo. What would have happened had he not escaped? What fate would he have come to if he was not with me? I read on. I had to know what the end would have been if he didn't. September 1st. Cinnabar Kanto. Mewtwo is far too powerful. Although all attempts to weaken his vicious tendencies have failed, I flipped the remaining pages, finding only blank paper. I threw the book against the wall and slung my backpack on my shoulders. I jumped on Rapidash's back, trusting her to take me to the entrance. I just had to get out. I remember it now, oh so vividly, but no matter how many times I run it through my head, it just seems like a story. I'm Mewtwo. I'm myself. I am no one's clone. I realize I'm pushing my dear trainer's thoughts, but I didn't care. It's better if someone knows what I'm thinking. I have to get out. I'm the original. I'm the best. I care not what the journals say. They're wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. I'm the original, aren't I? No matter how many times I say it, I can't convince myself it's true.